welcome to Inside Humphreys County. I'm Daryl Mosley. I'm the Executive Director of the Humphreys County Chamber of Commerce. And today we have two ladies who have been hard at work preparing for what's going to be an amazing Humphreys County Fair this year. Vivian May and Jerry Lynn Sims are here. Ladies, thank you for joining me today. And I know that you have been hard at work on getting the fair ready, and it's almost here. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Excited, very excited. Yes.
Well, I'm excited too. I mean, I've been able to work with you a little bit in the preparations for this, and I know that there's lots of new things this year, and there's lots of excitement around that. Have you been involved in doing this as far as, back up and say this better, have you been involved this hands-on in the fair before as much as you are this year?
Probably the most I've ever been involved in is this year, but I've been involved with it for several years, and then I took a leave of absence and have come back. Well,
it's been great. Now talk a little bit about, of course, the fair is going to be, it starts on
September the 10th,
Wednesday the 10th, and runs through that Saturday.
Correct.
And you have events going on every day, and some going on simultaneously. I mean, it's one of those things where you're just going to have to come every day. I mean, you just are, or you're going to miss out. So
right. Actually, part of it's going on right now, and that would be the money giveaway. And the boxes have been put in the banks of First Federal, First Bank, Apex, and Lakeside Employees Credit Union. And you can go to either one of those branches and go in and get your ticket because there will be nightly drawings. You have to have a ticket, and you have to be present to win.
Okay. But money giveaway, that's exciting.
That's right. That's right.
Now, talk a little bit about some of the other things that I mean, there are some things that people, I guess, always expect that'll always be part of it, like the pageants and that sort of thing. I assume they're back again this year as always.
They are, and actually one of the building has a new name. It was dedicated Friday night, and it will be called Pointer Hall, where all the pageants will be held, which is the same building that it was held in last year, but it has a new name.
Oh, well, that's neat. That's neat. Okay, well, that's great. And now there is of course, a full schedule that I think, a program, by the way. You have one here now folks can pick these up where?
They're at all of the banks that are participating in the money giveaway. They are also in the extension office and the soil conservation office, the co-op, the vet offices, some of the doctors and dentist office around and hairdressers around. So there are senior citizens each have one in there too. So they're all over the county.
Right.
And they're free. There's no charge for it.
Right.
And it's been I've been around for 32 years, so it's been over that since I've had a fair catalog.
Well, I actually had several calls here at the chamber, folks asking where they can pick one up, and I'm, trying to point them in the right direction. So I know people are looking at that, and of course you have you have an online presence this year. You have a website, and I think you said
Facebook and Instagram.
Great. So for the people that are online savvy, they can check it out that way.
One thing interesting about the fair catalog is that through the fair secretary is Melinda Bradford, and through some cleanup that she was going through, she found records back from 1967. And some of the things that they did back in 1967 we have also brought back, such as the money giveaway and the fair catalog, and they had things like that. And we're going to actually they had done a huge, I would call it a scrapbook, but it's actually poster size. And we've had those covered, and we're actually going to have that on display. So Some of the people listed in it are their names are underneath their pictures, but there are also several that we would like to have the names of that we think that people will recognize.
So if you spot somebody and there's not a name and you know who it is, pass that along.
Correct.
So we can get it complete. Oh, that's great. Well, great. Well, let's talk about some of the events that this year that are new, because I know there's a number of new things happening this year that I'm already hearing some excitement about. So
one thing that I would like for Jerry Lynn to say is what's new happening in your building to bring people in down there.
My official job with the fair is exhibit hall coordinator, which is where you enter your crops and your flowers and your quilts and the antiques and those kind of things. And we have some new categories in the antiques and maybe some drop that we've had in the past. But the new thing in the building this year is we have 4 businesses who are sponsoring a night of the fair, and we'll have free helium balloons for the kids as they come through to take with them. The DARE program is on Wednesday night. Thursday night is shelter insurance. Friday night is farmers insurance. And on Saturday night is Proctor Insurance out of McEwen. So they're paying for that part as their way of helping the fair and offering things there for the kids to come through. And while you're building, you can pick up your balloon. And also while you're in the building, we're going to give out a Best of Show award. And you could come through and pick up a ballot, and anything that has gotten the first place, you can go and vote for whatever you think is the best thing in that building that somebody has entered for the year.
So
it's a people's choice for Best of Show.
For all the categories combined.
Yes.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, I looked at the list of all of the categories, and there are things that I would have never dreamed about being as a category. I'm anxious to go see them myself. That's fascinating to me. But I also love the fact that a lot of these are categories that have been around for so many years, and that there's such a bit of nostalgia, about that. That's great.
Something else that Jerry Lynn has worked very hard on is she has introduced a coloring contest for the children in Humphreys County, and so they will be able to go throughout the fair, and if they have returned their picture in that she dropped off for them to color, and it's different age groups that are coloring different pictures, they'll be posted throughout the fair in different places. So you'll just have to look around for them. Some of them will be in her building. Some of them will be in the building up at the top where the vendors will be and the stage events will be. And one activity that I'm very excited about, and it's new, is Tiny Acres, and that is actually sponsored by Humphreys County Farm Bureau and built by our local Gary Elliott. And what that is, it's to show the children where their food comes from, and that as farmers, how they take what they produce and in turn get their money for it and trade it in for what they want. And the way that this works is we're going to use local McEwen and Waverly FFA students, and they'll greet the children and give them a basket. Then when they go into Tiny Acres, they'll be able to go to an orchard, and it's all simulated. They'll be able to pick pears off of a tree, oranges, apples. They'll go to the vineyard and pull grapes. They'll go to the garden, and in the garden they're going to see to where some of their food grows on plants above the ground, like peppers. Some of it grows on vines, like pumpkins, still on top of the ground. But then some of what they eat is carrots and potatoes actually grow underneath. They're actually the root of the plant. So they'll get to gather all that. They'll go to the chicken coop, and they'll gather eggs. And then they'll go into the general store. We've got a general store, and when they get in there, they give their basket of fruits and vegetables. In return, they get a goodie bag for that. But also, if they bring in mom and daddy into the general store, then mom and dad can receive $1 worth of groceries that will be given away on Friday night. Wow. And two other areas that I've seen several of these type of events at other fairs, but two things that we've got that are a little bit different at the other ones is we have a pig cutout and a steer cutout, and actually have it marked off as a puzzle with the cuts of meat of each of the pork and the beef, and the children can actually assemble that together and put it together. And then of course we've got the dairy exhibit where they can actually go and milk.
Oh wow. Well, that'll be fun. The kids will have a great time with that, and educational on top of that. So that's great.
And that's where they register for their $100.
Oh, also, yes. First Bank not only is giving $200 away to adults, but they have offered $100 for children, and they actually come in on Friday night from 4 until 7:50. If they come in through Tiny Acres, they can register for $100, and the drawing will be at 8 o'clock, and they'll give one child will get to win $100.
Okay. Oh, that's great. They'll need to be present to win as well.
Correct.
Okay, I thought so. All right. Well, that's one of the Tiny Acres sounds like fun. Now, I know you've got other things that, as far as I can remember, are new, like a dance party. Yes,
we're pretty excited. We've got that fixed up. And we have got a local DJ, Clint Bailey, coming in to DJ it. And we have picked to do a sock hop from 4 to 5. Is that right? No, 5 to 6, 5 to 6. And then from 6 to 7, it will be a beach party. And from 7 to 8, it will be disco. And from 8 to 9, it will be country line dancing. And we encourage everyone, you can either come and listen, you can come and participate, but if you dress up for the time period that it is, then we will actually have prizes for the best costume for that era. And we've heard a lot of talk about poodle skirts and I believe the village people
Oh, wow.
are going to be there. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, that sounds like fun. And now, of course, all these events will be going on at the same time. As always, there'll be a carnival on the midway with rides and that sort of thing. So all the things that you normally expect with the fair, you're going to get in addition to these new things. Let's see, there's a gospel music night.
Yes, Wednesday night is gospel music, and several of the local churches are participating in that, and they've taken a time slot. And we encourage, if you enjoy good gospel music, to come out either before or after church and listen to the music. And also on Wednesday night, we've teamed up with the carnival. It's the same midway that we've had the last couple of years that the public seems to really enjoy. Is they're doing a canned food night. And they actually are selling armbands for $20. But on Wednesday night, if you bring in canned food, you can get $5 off your armbands. And so their armbands are good for 4 hours from 6 to 10, I believe is what it is, are good for unlimited rides during that 4-hour time period.
Wow.
Okay. And the food stays in the county. It goes to our local pantry, and so the food that's collected will actually stay in the county.
Well, that's even better. Well, that's
yes.
What a great thing. That's kind of them to give back to the community as well. So, well, now this is, of course, that's a lot of entertainment, and it's a lot of activities for a variety of ages. Is there an admission cost for all this? Is there
no admission to get in, but it is $3 per carload for parking, and then the pageants have they have an extra charge to get into the pageant. And then if there's a track event, which there is on Saturday night, there's side-by-side dirt drag racing, there's an extra admission for that too. But just to get into all of the events, the livestock events, what's going on in the stage area, the carnival and everything, it's $3 to park per carload.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of entertainment for very little money. So
something else that's new this year that we're really excited about is the park rangers of Tennessee are bringing their artillery demonstration. So on Wednesday night to kick off the fair, we're going to actually have a cannon going off at, I believe it's 6, 7, and 8.
Every hour.
And they'll be dressed in period costumes, and we'll talk to the public. They're getting ready for their 150th anniversary of the Battle of New Johnsonville.
Gotcha.
So they wanted to come out and celebrate with us, so we're glad to have them.
We have an opening ceremony for the official opening ceremony this year.
Opening it with a cannon.
That's
well,
right.
That's opening it with a bang, indeed.
That's right.
So
that's
what
right.
we want. Well, that's great. Well, again, if there's anybody who wants more information about this, obviously the books are around town, with a lot of information as far as who to call and entry fees if there is one, and times and that sort of thing. You can always call here at the Chamber of Commerce. I'll be glad to help. There is a website, of course, that you can access, and we'll put that here on the screen so that you can see that. And of course, I guess they can call your office or call Melinda
Correct.
at the Soil Conservation and talk with her if there's any specifics. But it's coming up soon. It starts Wednesday on the 10th of September.
2 other youth activities that we've got is that are new this year is a youth duck calling contest and a turkey calling contest. So we're really looking forward to that and hearing the talent in the county that's out there with these youth.
Wow.
And they've turned the cattle show into an open show. So that means old timers can show as well as the youth. It's always been a youth show before, and it's open to surrounding counties.
Well, that's neat too. I'm all for that. Anything that brings the counties together like that, brings all ages together, that's a good thing.
And 2 things that we've had in the past, but we changed the dates, was the chicken.
Yes, the 4-H Chick Chain show and sale that has been on Friday evening is now on Saturday morning.
Okay.
So our buyers will have to realize that we're coming on Saturday morning now to purchase the chickens, but they will be. The children bring 6 chickens. From what they raised out of the 26 they got at the start in April, and after the judging, those 6 will be sold by pen.
Gotcha.
So if you're looking for chickens to add to your flock, it's a good
Saturday morning is the place.
Saturday morning, that's where you need to be to purchase the chickens.
And at the same time as the dog show, I think that may be a new time too.
Dog show is also Saturday morning. And then on Friday evening, we do have family fun night in the livestock barn, where we'll have free games for folks to come and enjoy for all ages, all skill levels. We're having a tractor pedal tractor sled pull, and
we actually have the pedal
lots of
tractors
things.
and we actually have the sleds. So for the children that have watched Dad pull all these times, this is their time to pull.
Oh, that'll
They'll
be
actually
fun.
pull and you can look at it on YouTube. It's really cute and neat. So we're excited about that. But probably the one thing that we've had the most comments about is the Frozen T-shirt contest.
I'm sorry, the Frozen T-shirt contest?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions myself. Is this something you can share?
You have to be present to see what it is.
Yes.
Okay. When is it?
It's
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. Frozen T-shirt contest.
That's correct. And you may want to bring a partner. It's kind of a pair of people can enter.
Okay.
All ages.
I can only imagine. Mine is going wild at this point, as are yours, I'm sure. So.
Yes.
Well, that's. I'm just blown away at the number of activities, and so much of this going on simultaneously. So it's one of those things where, I mean, honestly, children could come with their parents and their grandparents, and everybody has something that they want to be a part of. And
Thursday night, especially, we even have activities on Thursday night with our bluegrass night.
Bluegrass Night, I'm familiar with Bluegrass Night. Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to being a part of that. So that's going to be fun. A number of people that I know are coming from out of town to be a part of that. So we're looking forward to that.
And Billy Joe's.
Yes, the cloggers will
Cloggers.
perform at intermission.
They will be there at intermission.
JoJo's cloggers.
I had a question today, asked if they would be there and when it would be.
Yes, that'll be fun. Just for the folks that didn't care anything about bluegrass, part of the group that'll be there, Tim Graves, who is a 9-time Dobro Player of the Year. He is actually the nephew of Uncle Josh Graves, who was with Flat and Scruggs for many, many years. So Tim's been on Grand Ole Opry for a lot of years. Keith, too, who was part of Rhonda Benson's band and Song of the Year, songwriter a couple years ago, and Benny Bowling, who has had songs recorded by the Oak Ridge Boys and Gene Watson, and is Banjo Player of the Year nominee. So these are really, really talented guys. So it should be fun. And I know that Billy Joe's going to bring some really talented dancers too. So that'll be fun. It's going to be a good night. So it's going to be a great fair. I'm really excited about this. I've seen the posters around town and had lots of calls already here at the chamber about it. So. Have there anything that we've left out that we need to mention that's a part of that?
Be present in the stage area every night at 8 o'clock for with the winning ticket, and also at 5 o'clock on Saturday. We have 2 drawings on Saturday, one at 5 and one at 8. Ray Smith, a car dealership in Camden, is bringing a vehicle. And will be filled with items, and you guess how many items are in there and enter his drawing, and the drawing for that will be Saturday night. We're not giving away a car, but we are giving away a mystery grand prize.
Oh, well, that sounds great.
And several service specials too. So they've come on board to participate in the giveaway too, so we're excited about that.
Youth Sheep Show on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow.
And Miss
and
Miller's Goats will be back on Friday night. I know a lot
yeah.
of people have participated in that one.
And there's a new club in town, the Jeeps of Humphreys County. They will be on display. So if you're a Jeep fan, come out and look at the different types of Jeeps in this club.
On Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you coming in with all this. I'm excited about the fair this year, and I know a lot of people are. And I mean, I appreciate the hard work you've done on behalf of the community to put a fair like this on. I know it's got to be a huge undertaking, and you know, I know you're calling in volunteers and help and everywhere, and people that I know have been very supportive, and so I'm excited to be a part of it. And I know folks are going to look forward to being here. And so again, it's one of those things where it's not like maybe years in the past when you could go one night, ride the rides, and be done. I mean, you're going to have to come every night because there's so much you're going to want to do.
The board is made up of volunteers, and it is strictly all volunteer, and we do it because we want to. And the sponsorship, we couldn't do it without the sponsorships. We had good sponsorships for the catalog, and we're able to put that out this year. But the thing that we're missing is you, and we will not be a success unless our grounds are full. And so we do hope that everyone will come out and participate and help us make this the best fair ever.
Well, I think it's certainly got the potential of being the best fair we've had here in a very long time, if not ever. And I'm excited to be a part of it, and I know the other folks are too. So we'll keep promoting here, and folks are welcome to call the chamber with any questions. We'll make sure you get pointed in the right place, and it's going to be great.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for coming and being here. All right, thanks for tuning in. This is Vivian May and Jerry Sims of the Humphreys County Fair Board preparing for this year's 2014 Humphreys County Fair. We'll see you next week on Inside Humphreys County.